I'm Samantha Russell from 20 over 10, and today I'm going to share with you a super simple schedule that you can use to amplify your digital marketing efforts and see great results really fast. Okay, so let's jump right in. But before we do, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be notified every time we drop a new video each week. All right, so we're just gonna go through the entire week, Monday through Friday. You can take notes if you want, or you can click on the link below to be taken to the article that walks you through this entire process. But let's jump right in with Monday. So Monday morning, first thing, you come into the office, I want you to write an original piece of content that is gonna be the basis for what you're gonna be sharing later in the week. So you can either write it like a long form blog post. You want it to be about 1,800 to 2,400 words if you're writing it. Make sure you're including keywords in your blog title and your header tags, H1, H2 tags. But it could also be a podcast that you record or a video like this that you record. Whatever format you want to use is fine. If you do use either an audio or a video file though, make sure you include the transcript or a summary so that Google can crawl it. Google can't crawl a video file or an audio file the way it can crawl a text file. So make sure you include that. So gear that all up on Monday, get it ready to go, but don't actually promote it on social media or anything yet. Just add it to your website or your landing page. If you're using Lead Pilot or 20 over 10's platform, you can also go into the content library and choose a piece from there. So later that day on Monday afternoon, maybe like around 4 p.m. or so, I want you to log into social media, choose one or two of the platforms that you're trying to prioritize growing a following on. So in this case, let's say it's LinkedIn and Twitter. And I want you to choose 5 posts from people in your network or your secondary connections to leave comments on. Comments are a great way for people to say, oh, who's that? And want to go back and check you out. And it's also a step in reciprocity, right? If you're leaving a comment on somebody else's post, when you go to post something later in the week, they'll be more likely to also comment on your post, which will boost your piece in the algorithm. So Monday morning, you're writing. Monday afternoon, you're setting aside time to leave 5 comments on other people's posts in 2 platforms that you're going to choose. In this instance, Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay, Tuesday morning rolls around. Tuesday morning, what I want you to do is take that original piece of content that you uploaded on Monday and share it to Twitter and to Facebook. So you're gonna post it to those 2 platforms. Typically, with Twitter, it really doesn't matter the time of day. With Facebook, think about when your audience will be online the most and post it at that time. Okay, moving on to Wednesday. Tuesday was an easy day. On Wednesday, I want you to post the blog post or the video or the podcast, whatever that original piece of content was, to LinkedIn. People are most active on LinkedIn on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And typically I find between 7 a.m. and 8:45 a.m. when people are gearing up for their day, over lunch or around 3:45, 4 p.m. are the most active times. So choose one of those times and post your piece that you wrote or the video you created to LinkedIn on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday afternoon, I want you to go to Facebook and post what we call a community-based post. So find something that's going on in your community. It could be an event. It could be an article about a local food drive. It could be talking about a great estate planning attorney or another center of influence in your network, but find something to talk about that's related to your community. On Facebook, community-related posts go a long way. And it also helps you build a following because people want to follow someone who's sharing information about their local community. All right, moving on to Thursday. On Thursday, I want you to send out a weekly email newsletter to everybody who's subscribed to your email list. And I want you to include 3 pieces in that one at a maximum and 1 piece at a minimum. So at a minimum, of course, you want to include the link to the original piece of content you geared up earlier in the week, right? So this would be a link to your blog or your video or your podcast. However, you could also include 2 other pieces if you want, sort of the best of what I read or what I watched this week, and talk about why those other pieces that you're curating are interesting or worth the time for your audience to read. In your newsletter, I also want you to share some sort of personal tidbit or takeaway that is fun and will help build rapport with your audience. Okay, last day of the week, Friday. Friday is our fun day. Share something either about yourself, about your family, about your team. It can be a personal photo. It can be your plans for the weekend. It could be a story about you growing your business, but share something that's more personal on Fridays on at least one of the platforms that you're prioritizing. If you follow all of these daily steps, I promise you, you will start to see your engagement soar, more people commenting on your posts, you'll get in a good habit and know what's expected of you every day. And best of all, you get to take the weekends off. I hope you found this helpful. Again, give us a thumbs up if you thought this video was helpful to you. And if you're looking for the full description of the full weekly schedule, click on the link below to be taken to our blog post that lays it all out there for you. I'm Samantha Russell, and thanks so much for following along. We'll see you next week.